Dan, massive congratulations today on another victory in the bag for yourself. How happy were you with the performance and the result today?
Yeah, we're pretty solid, to be honest with you. Obviously I boxed last week in Germany away from home, got a good win there, and yeah, we're happy with that. Should have stopped him really. I mean, obviously I dropped him in second round. The same last week. Scored 3 knockdowns last week. But the thing is, I've been promised a big fight now in 3 weeks' time on DAZN over in Canada. So hopefully that gets made now. My manager's talking to the promoter over there tomorrow. I had to obviously win last week. So I've done that now. So hopefully now we move on to bigger and better things.
In 3 weeks? So that would mean 3 fights in a space of 5 weeks?
3 fights in 5 weeks, yeah. I mean, I just want to box every month, mate. Away from home, whether it's home or away. Obviously, I've taken fights at short notice with guys like obviously Vidal Riley on 24-hour notice, who's boxing for the British title in his next fight. I boxed Moses Itauma on 2 days' notice. I boxed Tom Carty, obviously in a massive sellout arena over in Ireland. Obviously, I got notice for that, and I went the rounds with him. I went 8 rounds with him. If you give me the notice, I'm more than confident to go in the rounds with these boys. I'm not saying for 1 minute I'm going to beat them, but preparing yourself, because it's all a mental thing for me. It always has been. And once I get my mind right, I know I can go the rounds with these guys and make it awkward and tricky for them. I know my position in boxing. I'm more of a gatekeeper, but outside of that top 10 in UK, I've been more than confident at giving majority of them rounds. Well, all of them, to be honest with you, and springing the upset along the way with some of them as well.
I saw you preparing for your fight. I saw you walk into the ring. When you're on it, really, I've noticed. And even, after the fight, I think that mentality, you can really, really see it. What does it about boxing for you, mentally speaking? Why do it?
Do you know something? I think without boxing, I'm lost without it, to be honest with you. I'm horrible to be around. I have to have that structure in my life for me. I have to have that training. A fight's got to be in place for me. If it's not, my head's all over the place. I need it for that mental stimulation, to be honest with you. And I love the big nights as well. I love that. Obviously, in the last 14 months, I've boxed on DAZN, on Sky, BT Sports, in sellout arenas, obviously against big names and stuff. And it only does my reputation better because these promoters know 24 hours, 48 hours notice, I'll jump in. And
they can ring you.
Yeah, there's no other heavyweights who will do that in country. Everybody wants to protect the record. They want to box on home shows, earning nothing, to be honest with you. I don't see the point of it. We're not going to be world champions or all like that, so you might as well earn as much money as you can, especially at our age. And that's what I've been doing for last year. I've done really well out of it. And that's what I plan on doing this will be my last year as a professional. So I want to keep really, really busy. I'll keep my record attractive. My manager Glenn Banks, he's got the perfect plan for me. We'll fight on home shows because I can sell tickets. And then the promoters know that I'm always willing to fight on these away shows, for these up-and-comers that are coming through. The fight in Canada, that guy's an Olympian, he's 13-0. So obviously that's going to be a massive, massive opportunity. So we're just hoping now it gets all sorted tomorrow. So when we go there in 3 weeks' time.
Can I ask you about Moses Itauma, if you don't mind?
Yeah, can do, yeah.
Will he live up to the hype?
Oh, he's unreal, isn't he? I think I took that on 3 days' notice, and the BT Sport made me 6 different offers before I finally accepted the fight, and they made me an offer that I'd never seen that kind of money before. It was treble what I got to box. I got paid well to fight Tom Carty. And the money that they offered were just stupid, so I wasn't going to say no to it. But I boxed him, and I went in, had a little go, but don't get me wrong, it was a terrible stoppage. I want a mark on my face, but in hindsight, it would have levered me. There's no two ways about it. I got saved for a better day, to be honest with you. I came out of there, I robbed a bank that night. I went in, I came out with not a scratch on me. Got paid really, really well for it, so it was a winner-winner all the way around for me. It only makes my reputation better because they know that I'll jump in with these guys, and that's the thing. And a lot of guys won't. They just want to protect the record, and that's the difference. Then when they do get into a fight and have a test, and that's when it shows, kind of thing.
Just one last thing on Itauma, do you think he's going to go all the way? Because I think you're seeing like the top heavyweights at the end of their careers, like Joshua, like Fury, like Usyk. Is he the man to dominate now?
I think he beat them all. I said it before I boxed him. I said apart from Joshua and Fury, he was the best heavyweight in the country. I'd heard all the stories about him, even from an amateur. I'd seen all the stories about him, how good he was, etc. And the thing about him is, you know, I've been face to face with guys like obviously Tom Carty and you know, Vidal Riley, and you have a bit of back and forth and stuff. Do you know what the way? With that kid, it was like there was nothing there. There was no emotion with him. It was like looking at a blank canvas. I remember coming back to my uncle after seeing him. I said, he's not right in head, this kid. And remember, you know, I wouldn't change room before and with my uncle and that in my chair, and I was just thinking to myself, what am I doing? Do you know? And I got in ring, and the speed of the guy was just unreal, and that was the difference. I mean, he hit me through my gloves, and I could feel the power. And I'm confident in my chin, mate, very, very confident. I think I've only been dropped once, and that's amateur and professional boxing in 20 years, and that was by Tom Carty. And I got up, but the guy hit me, and it shook me through my body when he caught me flush, and I stood up to it. But I think if he stays at it now, I think in 20 years' time, they'll be talking about him like they talk about Lennox Lewis now. That's how good I think he'll be. And I can only say I boxed him.
And you said just a few questions ago that this was going to be your last year as a professional. Why have you decided to make that decision?
Promised my family as well that they don't like me doing this, and I've always said I put a time scale on it, and I've always said that this will be my last year as a professional. So I mean, getting really good offers now, and I am predominantly going to box away from home. So I think I'll have one more on a home show, maybe, possibly in Bradford, but that'll be my last one at home. I want to get to 20 fights. I think I'm on, what am I on now, 13 or 14 I'm on. So yeah, I've set myself a target now, and then once I get to that, that'll be me done.